welcome back to Glow with Shelly. I am going to do an eyeshadow look with a new palette today. I picked up this probably like a week ago. It's the Smoke and Roses palette by ColourPop. And this is a great palette. It's beautiful. I love the color stories. It's great for fair skin. So especially if you have fair skin and maybe like, you know, light hair or red hair, this palette is beautiful. It's got lots of pinks and some grays, some beautiful taupes, and a hint of browns. There are some colors in here to do a very nice smoky eye look. There's also some beautiful colors for every day and some gorgeous shimmers that really pop that you can mix with some darker, smokier colors, or you can just keep it light and neutral. So we're gonna play with this palette today. I'm gonna do a pink and gray look. It's one of my favorites. I absolutely love this. I get lots of compliments on this eyeshadow look, and we'll try the new palette out and see how it does. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, this channel is all about glowing up, transformative skincare, flawless makeup, and a lifestyle to match. If that resonates with you, hit subscribe. Don't forget to ring the notification bell. I do want you to know when I post future videos. Okay, so I'm here with my mirror. I've got a different setup. I did get some feedback from some of my viewers on changing the way my mirrors were set up for my eyeshadow videos because they couldn't see the detail. And so I listened to you guys honestly, and I try to take your feedback and use it to improve the things on my channel. So a lot of what I do is kind of trial and error. So please, I want to hear your feedback. Make sure that you give that to me and let me know if you like the videos, if you like the content, what you would like to see me doing in the future, or if I should change anything at all. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our first color, and that's gonna be this color right here called Best Shot. We're gonna go into that. That's gonna be our crease color, and we're gonna try to keep it right here at the crease of the eye. Now, I'm already wearing a primer, and right now, today I've used a different primer. I thought I would go ahead and try some new primers with my eyeshadow videos. I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer. Guys, this is a super cheap eyeshadow primer. I think it's $6. So it's not expensive, and I think it does just as well as my Urban Decay primer potion, which is like $20 more. So this is a very economical primer, and I'm using it with my ColourPop eyeshadow palette, and this is a very economical palette as well. It retails for $35, and you get a lot of colors here for $35. So this is a super cheap palette in comparison to like Huda or Natasha Denona, or palettes that are a little bit higher end, but I think ColourPop makes really great eyeshadow colors for their price point. So I did use a brush to put on my eyeshadow primer, and I made sure that it's smooth so there are no lines or creases in my eyeshadow primer. So just make sure that you really cover the lid and even the upper part of the lid with your eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to be taking my MOTD 03 brush, and this is a nice big fluffy brush. You know I like my MOTD brushes, and I'm going into that color Best Shot right here. It's kind of a taupey gray color, and we're gonna be using that for our base. And I'm just gonna take a little, tap off the excess, and I'm going to be putting that into my crease. I'm just creating definition at this point. Just something for the eyeshadow to transition. And so I'm putting that along, kind of along the side right here and the crease of my eye. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same on the other side very quickly. So there you have it, my crease is finished. And then I'm gonna go back into the palette into this gray color called Whisper. And we're gonna use that to just deepen that crease out. Remember, this is kind of a darker gray look. So we're just really concentrating that Whisper color on the outside and the crease of our lid. And I'm just kind of blending that out. And I'm going to take another MOTD brush. This is a kind of blending brush, and this has no product on it. I'm just going through and I'm blending that eyeshadow back out just to kind of diffuse the colors. Okay, so there we have our base. And then we're going to go into a couple of really pretty pink colors. We're going to use this color called Wild Side, and then the color is this Love. So I'm going to go ahead and get kind of a flat, kind of tongue-shaped brush just to get that wild side and pick up some of that color and put it on the inner corner of our eyes. So I'm going to pick up that color pigment, I'm going to tap it off, and I'm going to go in to the front of both of these eyes and just kind of pack that shimmer color right on the front. And I'm only going up to right where the lid begins, if you can see that. I'm taking that up to right here, almost like a crease, like I'm following the crease as I'm doing it, so I'm not going up beyond that crease. I'm just packing it up to that crease. And I do that a couple of times. It's a really pretty pink color. You could even use this on your lid and pack some of the light gray on the front, whichever way you want to do it, and to kind of give it a halo effect in the center. That is up to you. Now I'm taking the other side of that brush and I'm picking up the color Is This Love? And I'm putting that right on the lid, that front part of the lid. It's just such a beautiful color. I just love the way grays and pinks kind of fuse together. They're so very pretty. Okay, so now that we have our shimmer colors on, we're gonna go ahead and start kind of getting some color into the side corner, I mean. So we're gonna take that Whisper again. That's that dark kind of gray color. And you could go in with there's an even darker gray color called Smoked Out that you could use. I think that's really a very dark, like kind of night look. It's a little too dark for this look that we're doing today, but that could definitely be a beautiful evening smoky-eyed look. So we're taking that Whisper and we're just kind of putting it on the inner corner of our eyes. Okay, and now that we have the color packed on that inner corner, we are going to go ahead and start working the bottom part of our lash, or our lash line underneath our bottom lash line. And I like to take kind of a flat brush, and I'm gonna go in to that, well, I was gonna go into that taupey color, but I'm really liking this pink that's on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into that light pink called Angel Eyes. And I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate that on my lower lash line. And this will look really pretty with the gray once we get all the gray done. So I'm gonna take like this fat kind of tongue-shaped brush, and I'm gonna take just like the side angle of that brush because I want to get this color like a little bit more like diffused. So I'm just going under there and kind of spreading that color around. Remember guys, I'm older, so my eyes don't really stay, they have a little bit of a looser under eye skin than probably a young person. So keep that in mind as I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm taking a little bit of that color Best Shot. Remember that taupey gray color? And then I'm putting a little bit on my brush, tapping off the excess, and I'm going in right over that pink. I just kind of want to mute it down and spread it out a little bit. Oh, that looks so pretty. Totally matches the eyeshadow on top. Okay, so now the next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna take that gray color, Whisper, put a little on our brush, and we're gonna go in at the corner. So we have those corners done, and now we need just a pop of shimmer. So we're gonna take that light color called Wild Side. We're gonna take the end of our brush, remember this is that flat brush, we're right? We're gonna take the end of that brush and we're just gonna kind of just like scrape along the eyeshadow very gently till you pick up a little bit. And then we're just gonna concentrate that on that inner corner. Kind of just like pressing it into the inner corner and then diffusing it out into the rest of the pink. There's like absolutely no fallout, which is so unusual for ColourPop eyeshadow. So I'm shocked that I was able to do this with no fallout. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more of the Whisper, that gray, and just kind of sharpen those sides up a little bit using that tongue-shaped brush. Then I'm gonna go in with that brush that has no product on it. I'm gonna put a little bit of that Best Shot, that taupey gray, and I'm just going to kind of diffuse it out into my brow bone. And I'm even gonna take just a tad of that pink color alone. It's such a light pink color. I might add just a dab of Angel Eyes and just kind of give it some pink up here to blend it really well into the brow bone. Just kind of give it some of that pink reflection diffusing into the brow bone. And I'm also kind of spreading that gray up and out. Okay. Now I always like to kind of clean up the top, and I take a little concealer, and right now I'm using the Ultra Creamy Tarte Concealer. It's become one of my favorite concealers. It's really good for more mature eyes, and I'm just gonna kind of clean up right underneath my brows. I'm just gonna kind of create a little line right here and a little line right here to just kind of get some of that color off so that we can make a really nice, beautiful, smooth eyeshadow transition. And I always do this kind of right after I'm done with my eyeshadow. Okay, so there I have my eyeshadow kind of cleaned up a little bit. And then I pat off any excess, as we don't want that to look fake or really makeup-y. And then I take that fluffy brush again, that beautiful fluffy brush. I put a little bit more into that Best Shot. And I just kind of blend it back into my brow bone. And I'm taking just a touch of that pink and blending it in as well. And then I'm gonna kind of just go take that gray and just press it outward, just fluff it outward. I'm gonna do the same on the other side, just a tad bit of Best Shot to give it a little color. Just a tad bit of that Angel Eyes pink, and I mean just the lightest touch, and the lightest touch as you're putting it on your brow bone. Because you want that color to diffuse into your eyeshadow, your brow bone. You don't want it to be like super concentrated, bold color. It's just really meant to be very light. I'm gonna put a little bit more Whisper on the inner or on the outer corner, because it's lost some of its depth and darkness. I'm putting a little bit more of that color Is This Love there, just making sure that it transitions nicely. Then I'm taking my fluffy brush and I'm just lightly, with tiny little circles, I'm just lightly blending that into the brow bone. And this At this point, I'm just trying to get rid of any harsh lines and just kind of blend it out prettily, because when we go in with our lashes, we want it to look lifted and pretty and smoky and like it's just kind of blending into the rest of our eye. Okay, now my eyes are done and we are going to pop some lashes on, get the brows finished, and we'll see how this look turns out. So here I am back. Here's the finished look. I have added some eyelashes. These are the Kiss baby doll eyelashes. They're kind of more rounded. I really prefer like cat eye eyelashes, but I think these work. They're super cute. And I did put a little eyeliner line on them just because these are baby doll lashes, so they kind of have shorter ends, and so they're not like cat eye. And so I did add a little tiny wing and then connected it at the front. So there you have the finished look. This is a beautiful pink and gray eyeshadow look using the ColourPop Smoke and Roses eyeshadow palette from ColourPop. I hope you enjoyed this video. I always love doing these eyeshadow tutorials. If there's a particular palette you'd like, leave a comment in the comment box. I'm always happy to work with new palettes and try new eyeshadow looks. So I'll see you next time on Glow with Shelly.